Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to The Q. Hey, everyone. My name is Mark Ellis, and this is the app that you play trivia on, you maybe win some money, and you get to enjoy some FaceTime with me in the process. How you doing out there? How you hanging in? What new skill have you learned since this whole weird time in our lives began? We call it the Q, but it's kind of standing for the quarantine instead of the question at this time. And what have you been doing with your life? You've been putting together puzzles, you've been reading books, Legos. I was talking with Will, our esteemed producer, and he has rediscovered his love of cooking. And he actually has lasagna in the oven right now as we speak. Now, my culinary skills used to peak when I would put a piece of cheese over a lean cuisine pizza and make like an extra cheesy one. I put a little bit of hot sauce on there, maybe throw some turkey pepperoni and spoil myself. And that was what a culinary expert I was. Cut to last week. Guess who made chicken tortilla? I can't even say it. I'm so emotional that I made chicken tortilla soup pretty much from scratch. I made chicken tortilla soup. Yeah. And it's still in the fridge. It's good. I had it for breakfast yesterday morning. So pretty proud of myself for cooking. That's my big accomplishment so far this quarantine. How about you? Let me know. Tweet me. Let's interact at Mark Ellis Live, both on Twitter and on Instagram. That's where I like to hang out, as well as hanging out with y'all here for the daily trivia game that I get to host. We do at least 2 games a day. So make sure you're sharing all this with your friends, with your family. Every time that one of your friends or family uses your referral code, then you're going to get an extra life and they're going to get an extra life. It's not applicable to places other than the queue. I mean, you're not a cat here, but if you want to use an extra life in the game, that means if you miss a question, you use an extra life, and it's like it never happened in the first place. Isn't that convenient? So it's a day of new beginnings here on the queue. Today's matchup is going to be a multiple choice question based game. But before we get to that, we did have a question we wanted to ask you that's for no points. There's no point value. This is not for money, although the rest of the game will be today. So $50 is on the line. We have a survey question, and we just kind of wanted to pick your brain, see what games you like to play. So we're going to do a survey question, and I just want to know, what theme should we use for tomorrow night's game? We already have it locked in, random multiple choice tonight. But what theme do you want to see us use for tomorrow night? Do you like movies, sports, history, Diophantine equations, or wordplay? Who put is that Diophantine equations? Okay, look, I was pretty good at math, all right? I think I got like a 600, 650 on my math version of the SAT. And then I started really falling off. Like, once we got into the Z plane, the X and Y plane I was good with. But then once the Z plane started hitting you, that's when I started to drop off. So I have no idea what a Diophantine equation is the point. I do know a lot about movies. I host a show called the Movie Trivia Schmodown, and that's what won. That's what won in the survey was movies. Most of y'all like movies. A fair amount of y'all like sports, history, wordplay. 47 people put Diophantine. How did Diophantine equations get 5%? Who's doing that out there? Huh? Who's doing that? Because look, I know a lot about movies, sports, history. Wordplay is a fun way to play the game, but Diophantine equations, if y'all love it that much, I'll get to work on it. A beautiful mind my apartment, and I'll start writing equations all over this place. We do have a question today about Albert Einstein, so that's coming up. That's coming up. So if you are a fan of equations, there is an Einstein question here today, so look out for that one. All right. In the meantime, let's get this game going with your first multiple choice question. $50 is on the line. It's all multiple choice, so you got one of 3 options. If you hit the white run, you get the point, and then you keep moving along. Whoever gets a perfect game here today, you get all 12 questions correct, you win at least a share of $50. Not a bad deal, right? Even if you miss, keep playing. You keep getting points. It's all good. So it's fun. It's fun, right? It's fun, right? We're having a good time, even if we're not doing math. Your first question in today's multiple choice game is, Jumpman is a logo used by which brand? Is it Adidas, Nike, or Reebok? So yesterday we had another themed quiz. It was all based on The Last Dance, the Chicago Bulls documentary. And most people who were playing it here watched it. Not all of them, so some people were thrown off a little bit, but that's the fun. And if you watched The Last Dance doc, you probably know that Jumpman is a logo used by Nike. That's the answer. Not Adidas, it's not Reebok, although I'm sure they'd love to have it, because even to this day, the Jumpman logo and Jordan brand shoes still outsell like every other NBA professional player shoe combined. So don't worry, they're not all going to be basketball-based questions, but this one you can kind of see how we might have gotten there. And that question is, what is the capital city of Jordan? Jordan, the country, not Michael Jordan. Is it Damascus, Abu Dhabi, or Amman? Capital city of Jordan. I've actually been here. I've been to this capital city. I was doing a USO tour, and I went to a few different military bases in Jordan. Borders Iraq, Syria. Almost went to the Dead Sea. Didn't have a chance to get there. But I did hang out in the capital of Jordan, which is Amman. Amman is the capital of Jordan. I have the pictures to prove it. Abu Dhabi, great place. Damascus, very famous place in the Bible. Saul was on the road to Damascus. Then he got hit by a bright flash of light that I guess was the Lord. And then the Lord's like, hey, dude, change your name to Paul, get back on the horse, and be a better person. And that's what happened. Word for word, go read in the Bible. All right. We need to have a religious trivia game one day. Let's do all Bible trivia. I went to Catholic school. Your next question, in the world of multiple choice, Michael Jordan. I promise they're not all about Michael Jordan, but come on, he's great. Michael Jordan played for what minor league baseball team? What's the name of them? Is it Birmingham Barons, the Durham Bulls, or the Carolina Mudcats? I have actually seen two of these teams in action because I went to school in North Carolina. I have seen two of these teams in action. I also used to go to Winston-Salem Warthog games. Warthogs? No takers? Okay, here's a hint. Donald Trump's kid is also named this. Imagine naming your kid Barron. Yeah, they still do it occasionally. And that's the answer to the question. The Birmingham Barons is who Michael Jordan played minor league ball for. That's right. Terry Francona was the manager down there for Jordan for some time. So Jordan decided to go play baseball for murky reasons, perhaps, at best, if you're a conspiracy theorist. But, okay, look, I promise we will get off Michael Jordan, but we're not leaving the sports world totally just yet. Because here's your next question. Here we go. The book Shoeless Joe was turned into what movie? Was it Field of Dreams, 8 Men Out, or Meet Joe Black? All right. One of these movies I just watched the other night, just as good as it ever was. Meet Joe Black I went to go see because before Meet Joe Black was the debut of the Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace trailer. Before YouTube, you had to go to the movies to go see a trailer you wanted to go see. And so I had to sit through the first 5 minutes of Meet Joe Black before I just walked out. I had already gotten what I came for. That's not the answer to this question, though. We're looking for Field of Dreams. Field of Dreams. Kevin Costner as Ray Kinsella. He just wants to reconnect with his old man, play some catch, maybe meet a dead guy named Moonlight Graham. So Field of Dreams is the answer. 8 Men Out is also about that scandal, the Chicago Black Sox of 1919 scandal. All movies worth checking out. Your next question. Sticking in the world of sports for now. In baseball, the official scorer uses what letter when a fielder misplays a ball? Okay, is it K, is it E, or is it M? Ooh, all right. The official score uses what letter? Which letter, K, E, or M? When a fielder does something, has a gaffe, what do you think? K, E, or M? Well, it's called an error, so one would logically assume it would be E. That is correct. That is correct. That was a nice little gimme if you follow baseball, which I do. But it also leads us right into our next question because E stands for error, but E also equals MC squared. That's the subject of our next question. In the equation, E equals MC squared. C represents the constant speed of what? Is it sound, light, or gravity? I told you we're getting into Einstein stuff here today, and this is not the last question about Mr. Albert Einstein, or as Joe Theismann once called him, Alfred Einstein. Your answer is light. We're looking for light, the speed of light. E equals MC squared, speed of light. How's everybody doing out there? We still have just under 200 perfect games remaining, so y'all are playing pretty well here today. You guys know your stuff. You clearly know your sports knowledge because most of our questions to this point were based on that. Now we're starting to move into some mathematics, and now we move on to the Einstein question. One of them. You ready? Here we go. Albert Einstein's second wife, Elsa Lowenthal, was also his what? Secretary, sister-in-law, or cousin? Ooh, I know what I hope the answer is. There's one that I really hope the answer is, and it's not his secretary, not his sister-in-law. It's his cousin. Yep, they were kissing cousins and a whole lot more than that, apparently. So, look, sometimes you're at a family barbecue, you're at the reunion, you see someone, maybe it's a third or fourth distant cousin. I don't know what it is in their case, but maybe your cousin's really hot. I said it. What are you going to do? Huh? You're going to not hook up with your hot cousin? Come on. You're the guy, Brave. He's smart. Next question. Who created the character Fat Albert? Was it Chuck Jones, William Hanna, or Bill Cosby? Hey, hey, hey. I remember Fat Albert from being a really little kid. It wasn't just him. It was like a whole gang, right? It was Fat Albert and his gang. And Fat Albert was the leader of the gang, but there were also a lot of other players in said animated show. So the answer is not Chuck Jones, although he's a celebrated cartoonist, as is William Hanna. We're actually looking for Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby. Yeah, marrying your cousin doesn't sound so bad now, does it? Bill Cosby's the answer. And he, well, maybe we should just move on. Bill Cosby's the answer. Any next question? Sticking with the Cosby Show theme, which actor started his career playing Smitty on the Cosby Show? Was it Adam Sandler, Will Smith, or Joey Lawrence? I'm sure you've heard of all these people. A couple of them went on to future sitcom success, and one of them was the star. Well, not really the star, but would cameo from time to time. Cosby tried a lot of cameos. Dick Vitale, Jim Valvano would pop in there from time to time, as would Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler would play Smitty on the Cosby Show. It's probably it's even before Saturday Night Live. It's before he was really doing anything. He got the role on the Cosby Show. So very, very young Adam Sandler. And he's gone on to make a few money. A few monies? He's gone on to make a couple bucks in his career. Okay, we have just over 100 perfect games remaining. And we move on to your 11th question here today. Your question for multiple choice is, Adam Schiff is a congressman representing which state? Is it New York, California, or Florida? Okay, we're testing a variety of know-how here today. Adam Schiff, what state? He also leads the House Intelligence Committee, I believe. He's if you follow the impeachment trials, he's the guy that's like kind of leading the charge. And I'm not even sure where we are with that. But I know it happened, but I live in his state, so I should know because I live in California, as does Adam Schiff. He's the congressman representing the state and the House Intelligence Committee. So, did you get that one right? Did you get the California one? Because now we're down to the last few questions here today on the queue. And this one is also multiple choice, as they all are today. Here we go. Speaking of California, which of the following countries has an economy larger than California? Is it the United Kingdom, India, or Germany? Ooh, this might be the one that trips a lot of these 106 perfect remaining games up. Larger than California, really? I would have thought all of them. The United Kingdom, India, and Germany. It seems like no. The answer is only one of them, and the answer is the Germans. Germany is the answer. Hey, I'd fit in Germany. I love smoked meat. I love spicy mustard, and of course, I love me some beer. So Germany. Now I'm on your team. Now I'm on your team. And Germany is also going to be the subject of our last question of the day. You ready for it? Got 50 perfect games left. Let's see who knows this little tidbit about Germany. The question, who is the current president of Germany? Who's the current president of Germany? What do you got? Is it Angela Merkel? Is it Frank-Walter Steinmeier? Or is it Gerhard Schroeder? All great, great German names. What do you got? What's the answer? Here we go. So if any of these names sound familiar, you might know Angela Merkel because she's the chancellor of Germany, but she's not the president. No. The president is Frank-Walter Steinmeier. He is the sitting president of Germany, and that is your final question. So let's pull up the stats here. See how many people. Okay. I'm proud of y'all. 37 perfect games today. 37. Look, you guys know your stuff, and you know that at any time you can reach out to the Q Trivia on social media and let it. Which, like the survey said, which style of game do you like? Do you like the wordplay trivia? Do you like the multiple choice? Do you like the sports ones? Do you like the movie ones? Do you like the President of Germany ones? Hell, if it's up to, we could do an all Germany. Okay, we can do an all Germany quiz tomorrow if you guys really want. Just let us know. Hit us up on social media, and of course, keep sharing the app with your family and friends because I know it's tough times right now. We're distant from each other. We can't see all of our friends and give them a hug, but you can hang out together, play the app, and see how you do amongst your friends. Great to have so many of y'all with us here today. I'm back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, 5:30 p.m. out here in California, where Andrew Schiff is a congressman.